Dire team ban.
Yeah, it was a weird situation with Fade. Something like talking to other teams or something like that, and I don't know. It ended up with him not being on the team anymore, and now they've got PYW, who used to play for Team Serenity back when they went to that TI with GGG and Jinkyu, as well as ZYD. So many three-letter names. It's hard. You know, and he's really, I think, more unless the guy who he's doing so much. I feel like PYW is the playmaker, is the guy, the go-to guy when Vici wants to get something done. And it's nice to see him fulfill that role for them, especially you come into a team where someone like Fade leaves and you have to fill that gap. I feel like that's a lot of pressure. Like, that's a lot, especially with Vici, who destroyed last season.
Dire team Vici Gaming's turn to ban. Dire team pick.
I didn't actually know they put up Tinker, but I've been praying for Tinker to come back into the meta because I just want OP to put Tinker. He plays for SAG right now, but which to me is a little bit surprising because EHOME right now is a team that I think has been a little bit inconsistent. Sylar is one of those guys on this team right now who's been a little bit inconsistent, but I think the weakest, and I know that's rough, like, way to put that, weakest, it doesn't mean you're playing bad, it just might mean that I think on the team itself he's not playing to what he could be is nothing to say. I think a lot of the times he finds himself falling behind on mid, or maybe just doesn't do enough on that hero to the point where Sylar just never gets enabled and then Sylar shut down. Like, he seems to struggle winning his lane, and I think in matchups against like the top tier mids where you're playing against an Ori, or you're playing against you're playing against the Somnus, you find he finds himself falling behind in
5 seconds remaining.
It's definitely something that EHOME, hopefully they've worked out, hopefully they've dealt with, because it's been a bit of a struggle for them. And it's a team that with Jinkyu, with Faith Beyond, Innocence, like, these are guys who have been there, especially Faith Beyond and Innocence. Faith Beyond is probably the standout on EHOME all the time. And even when they're playing bad games, Faith Beyond isn't. He's always having a good game. It's kind of nuts. Yeah, he's always on it. He's so consistent. He's the most consistent player on this team.
Vici Gaming's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. Vici Gaming's turn to pick. Dire team pick.
Shadow Demon.
Vici Gaming's turn to pick.
Riki.
I off the top of my head,
Ten seconds remaining.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
I would assume that. I don't think it's gonna be Jinkyu on this Ember or anything like that. Anything crazy. It's been pretty popular, the 4-position Ember. I feel like that's a. And you said he played it yesterday. Like it's completely just like I think that's a nothing to say kind of hero, but at the same time, it's been pretty popular in the 4, and that Ember does get a lot done from that position, which is so crazy to see how much this hero has kind of become this versatile 1, 2, or 4. Potentially, but I think Ricky, at least from what I saw in the EU CIS region, it's strictly 1.
Dire team pick.
Earth Shaker.
I think it turns into a Yang Pangolier with that Earth Shaker pickup. That should be QIW on the Earth Shaker, and then DY on the Shadow Demon.
Ten seconds remaining.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
I would say the only way this isn't a Ricky Sylar pick right now is like a change to something that's like his standout hero, like a lion. He does seem to play that hero a lot, and almost all the time when I'm watching Sylar, he's been playing that Lycan. But at least right now, I feel like the Ricky's the 1. Ember could still be the 4, or may as well be the 5. But we'll see.
Vici Gaming's turn to battle.
Blackwood.
Ooh. Yeah, they've formed their own little meta. Some things are a little bit different. I'm not certain on this, but I feel like the 4-position Ember is more popular here than anywhere else.
5 seconds remaining.
Sometimes that is also due to the fact that when I'm awake, the only no. But I don't get my chances to watch EU and CIS as much now. I do because I'm with it a little bit more, but just overall, get stuck to watching this route. Like, oh, this totally started here, and then it's like, it didn't. It started here in CIS. My bad, but yeah, with that Ruby ban.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
They have, except for the Timber, they've just gone after years. Every fan is just like, Eurus isn't gonna play Dota today.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
We've seen some safe lane.
OGA Gaming's turn to pick.
Place.
Yeah, because it could be the 3 o'clock safe lane Ricky mid Quinks, right?
10 seconds remaining.
Or even, I've seen it before.
5 seconds.
They can
remaining.
switch Clockwork into, and I know they've already got the Oracle, so there's probably a low chance right here. I've seen 5 position Clockwork, where maybe you go like Amber into the offlane or something crazy to make that happen. But now Peachy, they're the ones who get the Lycan. I was talking about that earlier for Stylar. That'll be Eurus' hero. Got Ori on the Death Prophet, offlane, Mango, DY Shadow Demon, Shaker, PYW, Jinx on the Clink. So it's a 4 Clinks, mid Ember, safe lane Ricky, position Oracle, and then that leaves it to off lane Faith Beyond Clockwork. Definitely seems like a bit of a struggle there because the shape shifts. You'll be lucky if you get a Fortune's End. But it definitely seems struggle.
Prepare for battle.
Trying to figure out as well while we're talking about this what they're saying in chat. I'm always curious to enter his Chinese read because sometimes it seems a little bit ridiculous. Like there was one game I was casting with Winter where they literally said we're going to bully Eurus, and that's exactly what they did. Just like they sent like 4 heroes top to kill Eurus multiple times. It was like, yeah. Is there a point where
The battle begins.
maybe this Vici lineup falls off? Because, I mean, you've got objective taking heroes that are they struggle to cap off the game, or are they move way too fast for EHOME? It just seems like this might be a slow build up for them. mid is nothing to say. Is already taking so much damage. Burned South, he's got one left as well as Share 10, who's going in a bottle first, but Ori sitting 5-0 to this Ember's 2-0. And this is something that I talked about in the draft is, you know, nothing to say when he's up against those better mids and guys who have that kind of A+ experience, the Babies of the world, the Oris of the world, finds himself falling behind pretty quickly.
Spared you future loss.
They got the things over bottom. DUI can they go there on his Jinkyu. He does get a bit of a chase down, and it was before the Quinks could hit level 2, because he's only got Searing Arrows. So nothing to say has kind of brought this one back 9-3 to the 9. At least for now. Again, it was that early that made me think that he was just going to struggle once again. It felt like it was definitely problematic for him. But you're putting that Spirit Siphon on him, throwing a Crypt Storm here and there, controlling this lane as much as this pretty being as not surprised. As PYW does have that fissure as well as trading. That was not a great trade for him. Go a lot of damage just going back and forth like that. So now finally you think he's in level 2, he's got that Death Pact available to him. The question is, it's going to work out for Jinkyu as they've got the cogs around Eurus, but Yuki out thanks to the help of the Wolves. Disruption comes in onto the clockwork and Eurus backing off. Did he pop a salve and immediately get hit by a Searing Arrow?
Radiant's courier has been seared.
I must resign myself to causing harm.
I'm pretty sure he was given a salve after that, as the Searing Arrow just came in at like right as he started that salve. That's really bad. Look at where Innocence is playing this lane. Jesus. Under the tier 1. Going back over towards mid, about that 5-minute mark, and the bounty runes will be picked up. 2-for-1 so far favoring EHOME as DY got his bounty rune on the side of EHOME. But DY now in trouble. The Fantasy comes first light of Fist will get the kill, but the Crypt Swarm as well as the Spirit Siphon on nothing to say. They hit the Fissure from a long range, and this should allow them to get the kill on nothing to say. So DY giving up his life for that is very worth it. However, if Ori ends up dead, that won't be great for him. However, I see that Spirit Siphon, Crypt Storm, and YW helping out get them a second. So Ori with the double kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant are fortified. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
really want to get this kill no worry. They've got 4 heroes around him, and they will finally kill him. But this is massive rotations to kill the Death Prophet.
My calling.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
My just reward.
Six. He's got that level 6, and we just times how much that rolling thunder can really just be a nuisance in a team fight. Immediately, get to use it. Wing Strike comes in, Swashbuckle away from these 2 heroes, and he's able to do that because of the fact that SAPPHIRE has to take screen, which is something I've been seeing more and more from rookies. They don't even take a value point in this. So something that the freeze that bring up with, or Winter would bring up when I was casting with him, talking about who's the support core here, and it definitely feels like Ember's gonna be that support core. Like the game line more on the Ricky than it does the Ember overall. Mid again, Ori will end up dead. Jintu gets credit for that one. Everything here, and a couple of rotations come in from the side of Vici. But this is again another kill onto the Death Prophet. Exorcism's now up for that next life that he'll have, but while this is all going down, yours is over towards top. He's got himself that early Necro 1. And, well, yeah, he's continuing to just farm the lane and in your boots, 540 gold and a rate ban, so doing pretty well. Sitting just behind the like it. Is just going to chase him with that ult. Now that over the Swashbuckle comes into the Oracle, and he can really just put this fight with a good rolling thunder. But the good job done there by EHOME to split up. Now the question is, can they keep up and get back on top of Faith Beyond? The rolling thunder doesn't exactly do too much, and Yang's now under the tower. He is trying to survive, but he ends up dying under the tower, and Faith Beyond gets a kill, which is so much more than I think he thought he was getting. Running away from this tank.
Not what you expected.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, this exorcism not exactly getting them an amazing amount. Now, yeah, take a look over bottom. The disruption times to the life of Yang. He did just die. Swashbuckle away from the remnants that were dropped down. PYW comes in, a 3-man fissure, trying to hold this outpost, but with 3 guys taking it, it will go to the side of the Dire. And I believe it was one apiece, but Yang get locked up by the Searing Chains once again. There's the Fortune's End, as well as a hook shot that comes from Faith Beyond. Look at Jinku putting out that damage onto DY. He will end up losing his life. Faith Beyond moving forward as the army was dropped before he died. However, he's got himself 15 damage already with this death pack damage.
The rune of haste.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
In terms of items that you would build.
Never refuse gold given.
I think he was always odd heroes, and almost at times I feel like has made a meta in the 4 position.
Like even when he was playing 3 though as well, he was doing the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, wasn't
I agree with
he the
that
guy that
immensely.
played? Wasn't he the guy that played Storm Spirit off late?
He played a lot of Tiny. I know that wasn't his own thing, but he is certainly a playmaker. When it comes to it, as Sylar over top with the Rolling Thunder, as well as the fissure coming through from PYW Yang. And the kill there on the Sylar that was slowed down his Ricky's game, and killing the top hero on the net worth is always a plus.
Yeah, they desperately need to get this Oracle to level 6, by the way. He's just bought the tome, so he is pretty much there when the tome comes out, but they need this defensive capability at the moment because Vici are playing them out, really fast. They're using their ults really well. Shapeshift's down now, but they have Exodus up, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them possibly look towards Rush soon, or trying to finish up this mid-tier wall. Want to keep playing the tempo game for now. Try and abuse the fact that the Ember's not had a good start to the game.
Fissure comes out. The Ember as well as Jinky coming through, and you got more damage there. Still at 15.
Like,
To Medallion as well as Trip. Jesus.
okay, farms.
For 4 position, yeah.
Honestly, probably tanking that gang there isn't the end of the world, right? Because they really wanted a core. Like they wanted more, probably the Lycan, but PYW breaks us. At least Jinky the damage from that.
Then Yang now locked up, the Blink Strike coming through. Purifying flames! As well as those searing arrows, and Jinkyu didn't get damage on that one, but yet another kill for this Clinks. Bringing me back to the days of Team Serenity. That was another team I lost my voice to. TI.
Oh god. I mean, that was... It was such a good tier. I'm really sad about this year, but you have to say it's obviously definitely the right thing to do. It's just a shame that we're not going to have that capability to watch it online either. I know a lot of people that were going to try and get tickets, but it's such a big point of the year for everybody that plays Dota. Like everybody kind of like organizes, like not necessarily meetups in person to watch it, but like everybody gets some Discord calls together and all sorts. It's such like a monumental moment.
Yeah, I remember doing that for like the majors too, when you had, all the majors that were going on. Vanilla major, I remember staying up with my friends who, I think it was bad timings for you guys over in the UK, but my friends were falling asleep in the UK in the Discord, and we just heard snoring from 3 different people in the Discord during those events. And those events are, where you make a bunch of friends.
It's just, the mid one. Push mid. I was assuming they were going to be going for here, by the way. I think they might have just a decision here.
One of the shapeshifts, it comes through from Nothing to Say. The army's been dropped down by Jinkyu. This is deterring them quite a bit. Looks from Faith Beyond. He picks up that haste. Now for the Yules. This is a problem for Faith Beyond. The Fusion then comes in, as well as the false promise to them off the silencing side of the Oracle, as well as the Clockwork. Yang thinking about that Rolling Thunder. Back into the fight. Three-man fissure from PYW. They get the kill on the Innocence. They'll go over enough to say they've got the exorcism pushed out. That's going to secure them the tier 1 tower. Sidefield comes in again from the Thing to Say, but won't get anything for the side of EHOME, and they do end up losing just the Oracle for Exorcism, as well as the Shapeshift and Demonic Purge and Rolling Thunder. Like, everything was used there. So for the Echo Slam, and it only got them an Oracle and a tier 1 tower. Yes, that tower is very important, but a lot getting used in that situation.
So my question for EHOME now is, what can you get done now that both these ults are on call? I talked about it at the start of the game. The amount of damage they have already side without those spells is really limited. I'm kind of hoping that, especially now that Silent has Diffuser Blade on the Ricky, that they try and make something happen here. Because if not, they're basically waiting for this to come off cooldown again so that Vici can take an advantageous fight for themselves. How they start to kind of move across the map, and it already feels like Silent wants to make something happen here.
They're looking forward to placing some wards down. They'll clean up a sentry ward, which will give them kind of an inkling of where the side of EHOME are, but it doesn't give you a numbers game on that one. Yang and PYW sitting towards mid. Nothing to say. You're is showing up to the fight. Oh, that fissure actually hit onto the Ricky. And I don't know if Sylar was expecting.
Yeah, they had the for 3 on the Lycan, so they saw him as soon as he walked in. And if that Rolling Thunder had hit the Ricky just before he, Blink struck away, I think he was probably dead.
amount of courage out of nothing. The Seho shot comes all the way through on to Eurus. You're thinking a lot of damage, and the Exo gets committed, but it just does not save him. Now PYW on the run, the silences on both the Oracle as well as this Ember with the swashbuckle on the back lines from Yang. He's doing a lot of damage there on the Oracle, so now since no longer has a false promise to throw inside of anybody here on EHOME, but the damage is very high as Yang doesn't make it all the way across the river with that swashbuckle and still did it.
How do they do anything more though on EHOME? Like, how do they push? Their lineup doesn't hit building at all. So, like, they use the Lycan on the right side of the Pango, but they still get a kill in return, and they haven't used anything really. Like, they used Echo, which is annoying, but Shift's off cooldown again now, Exorcism's off cooldown. And now the bat is in the other hands now, and we'll see what Vici can do. Put them up. They're gonna know they're so much stronger when they have both these ults available. I honestly think Roshan has to be the next big point of contention for both these teams.
So it feels like Jinkyu is turning into a third or fourth core. It's going into a Desolator.
Isn't that just Jinkyu all the time though?
Yes. It feels like it's Jinkyu all the time. At 25 extra damage, he's not hitting terribly hard yet. He's certainly getting... Do they have both these outposts? Doesn't matter. It's only 1723 anyway, but the Rolling Thunder comes in as well as Ori. Crypt Swarm and the last shot from Yang to get that kill there onto Innocent.
They've got the tier 2 thing down instead. I'll just try and take more map advantage. But to be fair, tier 2 is really difficult to kill now in comparison. Especially when they get clipped, because the damage increase from them, I think they take creeps in one less shot than they did before now.
Shot on the DY, damage coming in from Jinkyu. Use the disruption, Swashbuckle comes across that, get the disarm out onto this Clink to finish off DY anyway. Shapeshift was committed. Oddly enough from Eurus.
Sure, Rob.
Exactly looking at the situation.
On Clinks, by the way, it's actually pretty good this game, I think, because they have a lot of physical damage with the rookie Ember to amp up, and Clockwork kind of falls off as a position 3 anyway. Most of the time when you get this Clock 3, you want some kind of 4 here that scales a little bit more. The one that comes to mind for me a long time ago with CIS teams, it's like Lesh, for example. Clinks definitely seems to be flavour of the month at the moment, and his skill build is definitely the right thing to do. If you're maxing searing arrows and Clinks at the moment, please stop it. The other skills are just so much more valuable. If you the difference between what searing arrows do and what the other 2 skills do, it's unreal for each skill point what the damage is. 10 searing arrows for a skill point is so low value.
Comes in and now Faith found a little bit of trouble, but they've got them some false promises as well as a hook shot towards Nothing to Say to get out of there freely. Though PYW has you're hitting on the Clinks, but they need to follow this up or at least try to.
It's so scary for them to take fights without the Lycan shapeshifter though. He's so easy to kill off because he just doesn't have an armor item at the moment. And he needs the maneuverability from the hero in the shapeshifter itself to be able to offer any kind of threat in the fights. Otherwise he kind of just gets blown up really quickly by like Clinks. So well.
Crazy to me that this Clockwork is more farming than the Silence comes into the Riki as well as Clockwork on the Spirit Typhon on top of Kipion, who runs in there and loses his life immediately. Now the Rules follows it up onto Innocence. He'll try to survive this onslaught that comes in from Vici, but just won't. He is very overwhelmed, and Echo Slam was thrown down on his Jinkyu. They get a kill onto the Clinks. 3-0 through Vici.
It's just so much easier for them to take fights on the Radiant Clover, and if they have the spells, like, they have to play perfectly this game to be able to try and take them. Anybody's ever caught that position, it's pretty difficult for the Oracle to ever be in a decent position to try and save them, right? Because there's so much jump. There's a Pango, Shaker, the Lycan pumping ult as well. A DP can just run in. But Innocence is in a very difficult place to do to try and survive a fight. I love these survive for an extra half a
Radiant's
second.
bottom
Maybe I can
tower
save
is
something.
under attack.
He would have really loved a Keenan pick to have gotten dropped. That's for sure.
Mid.
They've got Yang in a bit of trouble. He's silenced and dead. Jinky gets the kill. Who cut across the river all the way through to PYD. Spirit Vessel Blink Strike, and down he goes. They're looking for a third, and they'll make it a third. DY, he'll fall. Sylar with double. Good job, Reem.
That's pretty sloppy by each of those. Like, you gotta keep harping on about it. When you don't have the spells up like that, you can't play. It's aggressive. Because they have this really good pickoff. Like, Ricky could you off, Pop you off. Ember as well if he ever gets on top of you as a decent edge. And they kind of just die one by one there. I think about to be saving each other. Gotta be ever so careful.
One of the things, and I'm going to keep doing this because I learned a lot when I got to cast Winter, so I'm going to just try and emulate what he used to tell me, was when you don't have your abilities ready to go, if you're not ready to go this line, and that may not be exact, you don't want to be across it. And Ichi were kind of like over here, cross that line without the shapeshift, without the exorcism, and they get picked up. The spot where EHOME can take them out.
It's kind of like be the same as the line. You kind of have to do the outposts as well. So the
hopefully I didn't botch that line. Or just Winter's not watching. I'm okay.
Oh yeah, then it doesn't matter. Can't pull you out.
If he's not watching, nobody can tell him for me messing that one up.
The other thing, by the way, is when you play boss, or I don't know what it is when you play mid. Don't take the talents either early on. Probably take the 15, but the skill value points are just so much more worthwhile.
Is the 24-second minus cooldown on Burning Army worth it?
It depends on the game.
30%? Bottom take a look. Yang, he gets hit up by a shoot to the team to get a kill there. They're looking for the Echoes. It is on 3, but I don't know if they have the follow-up immediately to this. They're trying to get the kill. They've got the follow-up coming in from Innocence to save Jinkyu's life. Spirit's taking from Mori as well. The Exorcism getting committed. They'll take out DY as well. DY, that's going to be 3 heroes dead on the side of Vici. Finally, Echo Pulse comes over. Jinkyu's going to die as well as Innocence. The DK is going to be popped by Ori. Now he's trying to turn this around. He looks over at Sylar, who forced the Blink Strike away. Faith Beyond looking to maybe reinitiate on this one. He's got Hookshot available in 10 seconds, so if it's with him, get the battery assault on as well as the Togs. Maybe they have an opportunity to get the kill here onto Ori. And with Sylar here as well as nothing to say, they'll get full a mega kill streak here for Sylar. He sits 5-1-5 and 4 kills for EHOME.
If Vici were just a little bit closer to that shaker at the start of the fight, they would have absolutely wiped them. But by the time the Echo Slam combo with all the the follow-up stuns are finished, they're still like a second or two away, and so they just don't have any damage coming out during the duration of the slam. Really by EHOME in that fight. They pop the shapeshift, they pop the exorcism, but they have these two really maneuverable cores in the Ember and the Ricky. They kind of just jump in and out of the fight, and as soon as our beacon iterations on the DP, they really don't care about the exorcism. You can just blow her up. There's Vessel on Clock, they have really high physical burst on the Ricky as well, who went for Battle Fury second time, by the way, to help him scale it a little bit more. So he moves up really quickly now.
With the items that they've picked up so far on EHOME, are they still going to struggle with taking buildings, or has Jinkyu really helped them out with the
Oh no, they still take. I mean, that so makes it a little bit. It's not a massive deal. The cores themselves just don't push buildings too well. I don't think it's going to help them with that. He gets another damage on what's the BKB, which I assume he will. He'll be able to hit where you want from front.
Quick shot onto DY with the cogs actually pushes him up onto the high ground. The Rolling Thunder comes in and doing a lot of damage out on Innocence. Good crash on top of. But won't be able to get the kill, and DY survives.
I think he missed that swashbuckle. I'm pretty sure. At the
entry one?
No, the one at the end.
At the end.
After Rolling Thunder. Looked like it didn't do anything. damage to the Oracle. Zinky wants Eurus here. The Ember as well.
Oh my. The army dropped down, and now Ori trying to at least turn this, but you got the Euls on the Ember that allows him to pick up this Death Prophet, and now they're looking to re-engage. Yeah, he beat his pop, but that doesn't matter. They've got the damage to get the kill. They'll take by make it a third. Yang on the run now as a fissure does hit on the 3. Yang needs to really get out of harm's way. Will successfully do so as he jukes into the trees.
Yeah, you have done a really good job of just turning this game into like not 5-on-5 fights really anymore. They kind of just punish really, you know, bad positioning errors or finding really good pickoffs on the map console.
He's got an extra 45 damage.
And the way that Beach's lineup works, well, is they want to be playing from ahead. Like, they haven't like a deep
By Sylar, they're going to kill on a Roche. Yang trying to get in there with the Rolling Thunder. He'll swap to go outside the pit. The Fortune Zang moving for distance as well as the double blink strike now to put him back on top of the single layer. By Fissure and Earthshaker, PYW ends up dead. Drops look at the Syrian tower that should keep him kind of safe. They don't have a hook shot to close the gap, but keep Earthshaker instead of the Pangolier.
He's doing so much work on this clip. Like, he's going for full kind of like damage build. It does work in most games, like if you're trying to play it in your pubs, right? Every other hero on your team has built a damage like items themselves. But because he has so much utility on his team, from like this Ricky with the smoke cloud, the Clockwork's kind of playing the like 3/4. They're both playing 3.5 in a way. He's allowed to just freely get off these damage items, and he knows that because he's doing so much of these fights, Oracle kind of like has to focus on saving him as well. So he doesn't really need any kind of like offensive capability.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
If anybody's getting through these buildings right now, it is huge. He took that tier 1 pretty fast.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's just the when you have the medallion, the deso, and the minus armor on the death pack. Minus 16 armor, which is like insane for a hero of that like position.
Oh boy, Ori, he's trying to hold that BKB. Disruption as well as the Rolling Thunder coming in from Yang. The Burning Army is placed down. Ori now needs to run. Fortune then was thrown down on his G2, hoping that they could also lock down Ori on this one. I believe PYW is looking for an opportunistic Echo Slam. Beyond the story, there's a rocket flare forward into the side of Vici. BKB's popped around the horn, and now Sylar, he pops his, but immediately turns tail. However, nothing to say comes across. He still ran searing chains out onto Ori. Ori doesn't have it ruled. He's got the save from DY coming in. PYW still for the Echo Slam. They'll take the Aegis out of the hands of the Ricky, but they've already lost Ricky, and it looks like they're going to lose Eurus on top of it. Down goes DY, PYW. He throws the Echo, but there's no reason to hold it other than if they were going to call GG, and that's exactly what they do when they get team wiped.
I was going to say that, like, this is you have to be playing on the front foot though. Like, they have to be playing this on the map. Because if they take the fight ever and it goes badly, like on their own side of the map, the game just ends. It's the second for both teams though, right? If you don't have your spells up on the radiant side, you can't fight. So if you take a bad fight, the game's just over because Dire can run over. Yeah, it feels like this Lycan from Eurus didn't really achieve anything this game. They needed to
Radiant team ban. Vici Gaming's turn to ban.
All right, and we are back. EHOME and Vici coming into game 2. EHOME taking game 1 in what looked to be Vici kind of missing their timing, and also more so EHOME maybe even shortening that timing, that window that Vici might have had. It felt like with the presence that Jin-Q had brought with that Clinks, especially early on, really nullified what Vici were bringing to the table, and also at times
Radiant
seemed maybe a little, I don't know, like there was a lack of chemistry there for the side of Vici. So we're gonna break down the second draft. I'm joined here by Bo3, ready to give you game 2. The Vici can push this to a third game. We're gonna see him take the series.
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team Vici Gaming's turn to ban. Radiant team ban.
Yeah, you know, Vici was playing, like you said, those high cooldown heroes where you had to wait on exorcism or wait on shapeshift, or most of the time really wait on both. Where EHOME are always ready to fight. Sour on that Ricky, what's he really waiting for?
10
Amber
seconds remaining.
pretty much, you know, was able to fight the entire time. Jin-Q's there, able to fight basically the entire time with that Clinks. Look, the only, what was the longest cooldown? False Promise or Hookshot? Oh yeah, Burning Army's 110, right?
Seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Vici Gaming's turn to pick.
Now I'm gonna go to the Death Prophet, which is exactly the opposite of what you saw from them in the first game, but it is Death Prophet, which you were saying was EHOME's kind of pick.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and also, EHOME again, just kind of banning Eurus with the Monkey King as well as the DK. This time not as much as they did the Timbersaw, and now they banned the Shadow Demon, maybe thinking that was the biggest problem that they had to deal with in the first game. And... Mm-hmm.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Then go to the Oracle Rubik, and that'll be PYW on the Rubik, DY on Oracle. And this is, we saw the Rubik banned by Vici in the previous game, I believe, in that third phase.
Seconds remaining.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
SAPPHIRE coming in for EHOME. See if that ends up being for Innocence. I believe it should be a 5 position SAPPHIRE, but we'll see. They down the Gyrocopter again, just focusing on those heroes to take away. And now Vici, they banned out the Ursa, but Ursa wasn't a hero that we really saw too much of and aren't seeing too much of recently. What would be the reason potentially behind a ban of an Ursa?
Radiant team pick. VG Gaming's turn to pick.
Ember Spirit.
Back to that Ember. Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. Maybe not as strong as it once was, but still having that telekinesis into the hoof stomp as well as having that retaliate damage, something to really hone in on and eventually leave your lane with. Although now on the flip side with EHOME picking up the Ember, that doesn't mean it's nothing to say Ember. Yet it was nothing to say who was on the Ember in the previous game, but it could be nothing to say on the Death Prophet, and now Xingqiu taking over the Ember. Yeah.
Radiant team pick.
So, one of the things with Terrorblade that just doesn't happen that much anymore, which I saw a couple times in the Chinese region, is Ag's Terrorblade. I think it's game winning. Me and Winter have come to the conclusion it's amazing.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
First. I forget when it was built. I think it was like second or third item. It might have been, I think the build might have been Boots Butterfly Axe. That's all right.
VG Gaming's turn to ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Now they ban that Zeus. I love watching Faith ban on this Underlord. And are they thinking Zeus ban for a Zeus 4 or Zeus ban for a Zeus mid? Yeah.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Do it. I need to see Tinker in the meta again. I have to. The fact that I missed that game. I mean, it's down to what? Fortune's End, Telekinesis, Hoof Stomp. Telekinesis is really the only one that's guaranteed, basically. The fly out time and the Fortune's End may not line up with what you're trying to do, or maybe you're trying to set it up on an ally. It definitely used another stun here on Vici. Definitely feels like a little bit of a lack of catch for them overall.
Radiant team pick.
Give me the Tinker. So long.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. VG Gaming's turn to pick.
I'm disappointed. My disappointment is immeasurable, but Troll nonetheless to line up this or round out this EHOME lineup, and it should turn into what? 1 Troll, 2 Death Prophet, 3 Underlord, 4 Ember for Jingqiu, and 5 SAPPHIRE.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I think he definitely leans towards it a little bit more, especially because we just saw him do the same thing on that Riki, which is, from what I've been seeing, Ricky's normally it's been like Diffusal Manta. He could do both again. Ag SAPPHIRE save? ASAP? It's very fun.
Choose your hero.
Comes the E4 or that's maybe something that comes down to how well does Jingqiu play in this, you know, this opening early mid-game point where we saw him with the Clinks move around, make plays, get kills, enable lanes, and he's certainly not a hero here that might be able to do that and move around and get a sight with Searing Chains and lock down these heroes and enable, say, something like a Faith Beyond, Firestorm, Pit of Malice, Searing Chains, death damage that's going to be coming from EHOME, or you know, maybe he lines it up with a, you know, comes up and Fire Snap, you know, with Scatter Blast as well as Searing Chains. Like, so many options it seems like early on for this lineup, especially if Jingqiu plays the way he did in the first game.
Prepare for battle.
Didn't anybody spot the other one placing that one?
Seconds to battle.
Where is so far bottom with Sylar? We'll see how much he's gonna move. What's the 4 build in terms of skill
Battle
build?
begins.
Stable early from PW. See how early he goes into the telekinesis, if it's going to be that 1-1 or just a 1 start, meaning that telekinesis would wait till level 3 at least. But for the Centaur, it should be maybe even late up in the hook stomp. I know I've seen Centaurs go double edge and second in retaliate before they take the hoof stomp. So Faithion, see how hard he makes this lane right now for Eurus, especially with the help of Innocence. He's got that Scatterblast early on. Certainly be a bit difficult if a Firestorm is laid on top of you and a Scatterblast, then you put up and dealing with all this damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
What is this? I came here to be tested.
Easy does it, gets the kill there on Jinkyu. Something to look out for, just because of the fact that we were talking about how much of an impact will Jinkyu have early on. And that's some negative impact for him already. And he went very greedy, but he also enabled himself to allow that to be a possibility.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He played all around the map, and he was able to get kill after kill after kill, or be involved in kill after kill after kill, and then all of a sudden he had a medallion, boots, and was going into a Desolator before we knew it. Oh, Purifying Flames. Fortune's End. And... okay.
Out to unknown. Perhaps one did know.
Heroes have a bottle. Yep, but securing a rune, pretty important at the 4-minute mark. You don't have to leave it for anybody, just to say don't have bottles. That'll put the illusions heading towards top and the real innocence going bottom. Get the kill here on Gang. A lot of damage coming through with Fabled. It's not going to be enough. The Fire Snap Cookie lands on top of PYW. They have the Scatterblast with this. Jinkyu has Searing Chains to add to the mix, and all of a sudden 2 kills here over bottom for EHOME. good job there for Innocence to go towards bottom. You know, it's level 3.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
DY coming in with PYW. Thinking about it, but nothing to say. You need to be careful. DY throwing the Fortune's End, that'll stop him in his tracks, but at the same time, nearby, looking for potentially Searing Chains. Not exactly the easiest move now that you've got Death Prophet low on health.
Double damage.
5.5 minute mark.
Dire's
Which is different from the build we saw come in from Ori in the previous game. Good fire snap. And Eurus to go into the Sunder to survive, as well as Sylar going down bottom. So one position's traded.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
At the same time, yeah, he's got 80 extra damage. That is starting to go down from the Atrophy Aura, but certainly enough to put a bit of a wallop on the tier 1. Sylar might be in trouble again. Eurus down bottom. Metamorphosis is committed to this. Sylar, he's got the Battle Trance maybe to survive or at least extend his life as Ori goes down over mid. So Sylar does exactly that. He takes the attention of 3 of these heroes down bottom to allow them to get a kill over mid and attack with the Exorcism. On the run, Exorcism on top of him, they get the kill. Now the Astral Imprisonment coming in from Ori, but is it going to be enough? It's on to Nothing to Say, who's now back to full health. He's got the Spirit Spin on Ori. The Searing Chains comes through onto Yang. He'll use that hook stop to stun up Nothing to Say, but it's not doing enough. Sanities, then a Fade Bolt from PYW gets Innocence, but just Innocence. Really, that's a big ult to use to just get a 5. On OD. Just charges. So you go on the Yags, you know, you've got yourself, instead of getting minimal charges, what was I gonna say? The Astro, the Sanities charges, you get more with 3 per Astral Imprisonment. That's why you're going into the Ags instead of 1 per Arcane Ward. You've got the Ags, so get 6 to start her. Oh, the extra from the Arc. Firestorm.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
All the players saw it. They take control of both outposts. One apiece on the split. And a 1,000 net worth loot right now for Vici. I don't know if they've done enough shutting down Eurus. Got that one kill earlier when Sylar ended up falling. He sits almost 1,000 gold behind this Terrorblade. That's because Terrorblade has had a bit of an easier. One of the things that's surprising too is the fact that both the tier 1 top and the tier 1 mid are standing for VG at the moment. I think there was opportunities there to really get some kills on some towers. Didn't use either tower yet, but Mortimer's Kisses and PYW will survive. The hook stop came out from Yang. Also used himself the stampede trying to look at the damage coming through on a Jinkyu quickly with DY and PYW drop. Jinkyu runs back into the Firestorm. Maybe a poor judgment call there, but nothing to say. Ends up dropping to Ori as that Sanity's committed on that one. So, period now. End of fight. Definitely a lot of saves for Vici. They really fight this Trolls play. They'll have 2 after prisons. They've got the false promise. Telekinesis can certainly be a nuisance here. Sure, it's not me. We talk about this with sitting back, but about it in terms of net worth, and that is because now Jinkyu has surpassed this Ruby. The Firestorm that was available for PYW that was really ramping him up now is going into the Aether Lens. On behind a little bit, I think he's gonna get up, but he'll steal the Fire Remnants. PYW happy about that. Have Anta early. Nothing to say who is sitting top of the net worth right now, but take a look over towards top. Innocence gets killed here by Yang. Beyond going Met. So Greaves Crimson was the guess at the beginning of the game. It might be Greaves Crimson into the mech, and then Crimson, then go. See. Right now, just having the TB this far ahead of Sylar, it's certainly a good feeling for Vici. Sylar has not been able to put it all together just yet. He's going into the Battle Fury. That's something you spoke about in the draft.
Dire's Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I love that. The fact that Celestial has that travel time. Because he stole Pit of Malice from Faith Beyond, but then he remnant back towards the secret shop, and it took forever before he was able to get that Pit of Malice actually on him. And Pit of Malice comes from PYW out from Faith Beyond. They look over at the same time. They've got the silence on. Use the Stampede, they'll try to lock him down. Yules comes in from Death Prophet, so Yang locked up on this, but he gets the hook stomp on it too. The Cookie comes in and they try to get this kill, but look at the balance from PYW. There's not much to follow it up just yet. Mortimer's Kiss is flying through. It's just gonna kiss the cheeks of both DY as well as Yang, and they'll take out both.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
First, he's got to make up the ground.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
There's Exorcism getting popped over bottom by nothing to say. They've got the Pit of Malice on Yang. Trying to just Ori, who is coming in invis, now gets the Astral Imprisonment out. They've got the Telekinesis on and nothing to say. The stolen Pit of Malice, and there's a lot of damage. Fire Snap Cookie, Sanity's committed. Jinq out of that one safely. Still on the run. Pit of Malice locks down here. It's going to try and TP. The Astral Imprisonment comes in, they get the Kona, nothing to say. Now the Dark Rift, don't leave Innocence behind. They'll lose Jinq as well, nothing to say, while opening up some silver lining space for Silent.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
They weren't a bed.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Looked it up and just shot down so quickly. The distinct amount of charges on this OG. Manning is 850. Who was that in just a moment though? You? Chains, Pit of Malice. Got Fortune's End. Rurik, what does he have right now? He's got Crypt Swarm. They're not going to do this kill. The Stampede committed. Eurus. Oh, good Pit of Malice. But immediately the Fire Snap Cookie doesn't land there. Put the silence on him, but it's not going to be enough. Jinq gets over the telekinesis damages air Ori with the Astral Imprisonment. This should be a kill. Won't be. He actually remnants away. And Jinq? Slow. You need to be careful about going onto the high ground like that.
Radiant's middle
You
tower
end up
is
controlling the outpost one piece once again.
Double damage.
Struggle overall for you, huh?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Telekinesis. Oh boy. Sylar 70s comes in. He does get the battle trance out, so they're going to start doing some damage out on the Yang, but they've got the Astral Imprisonment. This is, again, problematic for Sylar. Mortimer's Kisses comes in. It's not going to do nearly enough damage to scratch the surface of these heroes.
Is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This is what's giving them the lockdown. G will end up sliding and remnanting, but he'll die on the high ground. So will Faith Beyond. 2 heroes dead without buyback. Purifying Point is enough.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
He's got Pit of Mounds. Got level 4 in the Arcane Supremacy. So 7.8 plus 26%. About point. Point 2, right? Well, it's adding 0.4-ish? Yeah, okay. So 2.25. No. Does it? Is that this spell amp's 26%? But is that buff for the 1.8? Okay. I always get confused by that one. Yeah.
Top tower is under attack.
The more you know. Chat, you have permission to call me a 1K caster.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Double damage.
The Underworld takes me to the Rubik, and now, yeah, you just go get locked down. Metamorphosis comes in from Eurus. They've got the Vendoctor and get the gun event Faith Beyond. Mules out onto the Terror Blade. Nothing to say, taking a lot of damage, but it'll survive with the Spirit Siphon. It was the Exorcism getting popped. That'll force the hand of Vici to act for a second, but Pure, he's trying to get Vision to get a telekinesis out there. He won't be able to do so.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant are scared.
you could steal.
Dire structures are fortified.
Timing? Oh, that Captain Mouse is gonna last forever. Never, ever getting to leave. Never mind. I didn't say that. Sanity's on a both these heroes. Innocence and Sylar drop where he gets the kill on Innocence. PYW takes credit for the one on Sylar. Wow. This is the exact opposite of the EHOME we saw. Can't even kill the Oracle. Can we kill that Rubik so we don't have to deal with the Pit of Malice anymore, please? It feels like he's had that for the last 15 minutes or so. Alright, now Cookie trying to leap. He ends up getting rooted by the Pit of Malice, placed down by PYW. Another kill there for the Rubik. And it looks like Jinkyu's dead as well. Dealing with those definitives, something you don't want to do. Every time I say someone's dead to rights, they normally survive. How you doing? Oh god, Pit of Malice again. With the telekinesis. Look at this lockdown. Fire Staff Cookie as well as the Glimmer Cave. We've got the sounds out of the previous heroes, nothing to say, trying to move on forward, as well as the Mortimer's Kiss is flying forward, but you just look at what the OG can do to kite these heroes, and now nothing to say goes in with BKB looking over at DY. They'll steal the Spirit Siphon. Metamorphosis, look at the damage. Now needs to run Nora. BKB, the Stampede committed. They've got the root with Clumsy Net. Telekinesis up, and well, you do come back down into the U-Bolts. You'll survive for a second longer. But you get the kill. They've got the first half Cookie looking for this OG. Can they get the kill on Ori at least? No, they can't. They lose Innocence. Down goes Faith Beyond. There's the Thunder from Eurus on the Sylar. They'll get the kill onto this troll after the trance runs out, but it doesn't matter already. They've called GG.
5 seconds
VG
remaining.
Gaming's turn to ban.
Trying to have conversation. We try. This is they don't usually give us this kind of free reign. They usually just say talk about Dota. Don't open your mouth again about anything else. Shut up. Just talk Dota. That's your job. And we're proving them so right now.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
VG Gaming's turn
1K
to ban.
history major MMR. Saying. Immediately into this draft, we see that DK banned again. Has been a very popular staple right now of the Chinese scene, especially in the 1 position. I love DK1 China. I think it's amazing.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
VG Gaming's turn to ban.
Dire team ban.
VG Gaming's turn to ban.
And Oracle getting banned out. No saves. The question is, that has been the second ban both games for EHOME.
Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Not as focused on Yurus's heroes, this 2 offlaners.
VG Gaming's turn to pick.
There's the
Dire team pick.
Grim
Dire team
VG Gaming's turn to pick.
Mars.
Did you? But yeah.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
VG Gaming's turn to battle.
Rubik.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
The thing here is, you know, they have the Centaur to line up with that Rubik. Who would you like to see with the Timber Centaur band in terms of offlaner be paired up with this?
Dire team pick.
I feel like I've seen Ricky against Mars. A bit of a struggle.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Going that far.
VG Gaming's turn to pick.
Check up that sentence out. I was gonna say, would it be worth it to go into the Lich? I swear I was thinking that. I'm not just saying it. Looking at this pick in hindsight, that was what was on my mind. I just, I don't have the confidence to interrupt you. So, I let you finish that one. They're gonna pick that Lich, I swear!
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they end up going to the Lich, which I think is a pretty good combination, especially with
5 seconds remaining.
Profit, where you run somebody with the Spirit Siphon, you got the Frost Shield, you to survive, really making it hard for VG heroes to get away. Sometimes last pick, I think here and there, but nothing too crazy.
Dire team pick.
In the spirit.
Not going to be a 4-position member with the Grimstroke as well as the Rubik getting picked up here by Vici. It could be a Yurvis effort, but more than likely an Ori. Sour Lycan, I was talking about that in the first game. One of his best heroes, if not his signature hero.
Seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Now, I was gonna say, I think we had this conversation earlier this morning for myself, but Venomancer against. They should have gone Venomancer.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Why do you hate that hero? He's a great hero.
VG Gaming's turn to ban.
I've been playing it in both. People get really mad at me. People certainly get really mad at me when I play it. They're like, pick a tanky offlaner, Veno.
10 seconds remaining.
And they get really pissed off, and then I win my lane.
5 seconds
yeah.
remaining.
But I go greedy. No, I don't get Midas. People used to hate me doing that with an ancient apparition in the 5 position. I'll tell you that much. So I lost friendships. I lost friendships from Midas Ancient. Gosh. Real item anymore. I don't want to have what happened with my. Everybody was.
VG Gaming's turn to pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Well, it looks like they need a safe laner, right? Unless they go to the Ember safe.
Dire team pick.
Shadow Fiend.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So they need. Do they go? Could they go back to the Jinkyu Quinks? Yeah. I was kind of thinking that too, but I was thinking maybe they played so well with it and then try it again. Feels like they lack lockdown.
Choose your hero.
I swear that was my next suggestion. I hate this. Never mind. I'm never speaking again in a draft. I swear. I need something to just speak my thoughts. Not my mouth, because obviously that's not working. I swear I was thinking Void Spirit. Yeah, I'm not the analyst. Yeah. This happens way too much. I can see where you're coming from, because I gave Void Spirit a bit of a try, and I was getting coached in that game. A few games that I put. Like, just leave. You just do it. Yeah.
Prepare for battle.
He does it all. Oh my god, you're banned. But I am wondering if, you know, maybe they're trying to talk, you know, they, like I said, we're gonna bully you in the lane. Something like that. ECJ will buy him crit. How did you know that? Ah.
Poor dear.
The battle begins.
One and 11. Wait, 1 and 11. Maybe he's banging his all-time on this Void Spirit in pro games. I need to. I've spent my quarantine doing the wrong thing. I should be learning the language to read the all chat. I used to take French back in the day. Yeah, I feel like if I refreshed on it, it would be a little bit better. I took 8 years of French. I don't remember anything. And then I took a couple years of Spanish. I don't remember anything. Yeah. Good amount of damage here. Okay, there it is, yes. So one of the things I remember from SAPPHIRE is like, and take a look at it because I'm not actually the main character. The fact that SAPPHIRE has trailed the Burning Doom on his Lycan. So when he goes into the shapeshift, he's gonna be trailing some fire. And I love the items of the Chinese region. I talk about it every game. Now Jinkyu, again, this is the second game in a row you've seen him beat a kill over bottom. So he did it on the Ember. I think, did he do it all 3 games? Maybe he did it all 3 games. Yeah, Yang is gonna be dead in one more shot. Gets saved for SAPPHIRE there. His Innocence turned to look for it, but then ended up pulling back and allowing SAPPHIRE to get a finishing blow. Ori. Jeez. A little bit of revenge there for Jinkyu. And on top of that, I was going to say Ori's in the bottom lane. Something mentioned that Ori's on the Ember over bottom, and the fact that Eurus is on the Shadow Fiend over mid. But for all guys who don't remember or don't know that far back, Paparazzi won the DAC mid 1v1.
Dire's courier has been killed.
That's not yours.
Was that which DAC was that? Was that 2015 or the one after? 17. Was 2017. Okay, so yeah, it was when he played Friday Fight back in the day. And DAC made them very exciting. I think DAC is one of those tournaments that I wish would come back, because it was always one that was like, I think it was, to me, it felt like all the Western teams going into China, and they made it seem like an East-West battle. Because there was like 5 or 6 Chinese teams there as well. Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Jinkyu getting low, but he's got the Aether in for a second. Jinkyu surviving for now, goes into the Dissimulate, looks over at DY, gets the kill. Now Ori trying to at least trade for the Void Spirit to get the kill, and Seer chains Faith Beyond to keep him there. That last game too. It was the same situation except that.
You have been denied.
Here's 3 heroes though over mid to the side of EHOME's. Here's needs to be a little bit careful.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Well, Venom's Embrace. DY just getting chunked by Jinkyu and hoping that Eurus makes a turn. Okay, Eurus. Underward, because last game I thought the Underward was doing well for Faith Beyond, and then it kind of fell off. Is there a different build we might see for the Underward this game than this one? Granted, he didn't make it too far through. Two, hold on, Dissimulate and Fade Bow from PYW to get the finishing blow, and yeah, back to.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Just, you know, board gonna go the same direction. So like one of those games where you see the mech arc boots and
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
now look at this, just a skirmish happening over mid. Ori and by getting dropped pretty low. Ori though, he's able to get away and out of the arena. Yank is speared up. Now they look over at Eurus. Innocent's taking a lot of damage. Sour coming in with the shapeshift, but there's the Seer chains. The damage not enough to get the kill into Sour as the Remnant, I believe, avoiding that crit storm from Faith Beyond. Him over the crystals. That raise as well as the firestorm damage coming through. Yan gets the kill.
Victory.
Disperse from that midway. And how important that first deck versus minutes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, he gets the telekinesis out on one of the creeps, but he ends up dying for it, and now the trade back. Sylar, by the way, we saw Eurus playing the Lycan in game 1. He went in the Necro book first, but for Sylar, it's going to be Helm of the Dominator in a Treads.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
we're trying to take that outpost and run into them. So, but now here comes up NSA, drops down the arena, locks in both Yang as well as DY. He'll end up just leaving, takes a lot of damage very quickly. Ori comes around the bend with Remnant, but now speared to the wall. Remnant forward. Since onto the high ground. Ori though didn't have to go on that, I believe. Outside of his chains, he might have actually just been holding it. He didn't care for Innocence. They get the kill on a DY, so one dead on the side of BG already, but the Raises comes in, and that's going to get the kill on the Shinky, but they've already lost all their supports. Sylar now on the run, stops for a second, maybe thinking about turning back. See him burning on fire now as they've got the Sinister Gaze out onto Eurus, and Sylar stays nearby the fight.
Never refuse gold.
Eurus, he is in a lot of trouble. Goes to the low ground with that spear. And Sylar gets the kill onto this Shadow Fiend. This is EHOME's early game showing to be very strong.
What a bounty!
You know if they got the double outpost for EHOME? Spear. Okay, how quickly they take care of Yang. They've got the Sinister Gaze through on Ori. Will kill the courier before he remnants away, but still, I mean, that's a kill onto this Underworld. Need for the side of Young. They're looking. We're looking for a Requiem.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is falling.
Running the tower over towards top, but Shinky just parked himself over at bottom. You take a look at the Death Prophet, who's going into the Eagles and not too far away from. He's going Necro 3 after finishing off Tread. So Sylar's certainly making a case for himself when he's going to be farming at a very increased rate with the Necro 1. Then going into the Necro 3, he's going to be pushing like crazy. DUI gets the kill on the Innocence, but he'll be dead. Sylar claims his in the farm. He's trying to fight this, and he's survived. PYW is the one who ends up dead. Now Shinku comes over the 8th round and not going to grab Ori. And with the Astral Step forward, it does some damage onto Ori. However, it won't matter as he's able to just walk off. Just about to ask about that. Trying to leave Chain Frost. Or Griff Rubik won't be there in time. And it's a long delay. And Rubik shows up to be a +1.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Are soon to have that blink too, so they'll have that initiate blink as well as the arena. Necro 2 finished off for the Lycan. Soon into the Necro 3, and like I said, this is going to get very troublesome for V2, where every time they lose a fight, it's going to be punishable, very much so, from EHOME. So now they look over at Eurus. Soulbind thrown onto the Lich with 4 heroes here. Yes, they get the kill on Innocence, who stumbles his way into the entire side of VG. SAPPHIRE using that shapeshift and not actually going for anything. Comes in. Got the Spirit 7 as well. The arena of the Spirit hits again onto Yang. Able to kill off this Underlord. And Mars, though, taken out by Eurus. They've got the Euls on the Ori. Now they're going to try and chase this on the side of each, but you can see this slide just hurrying VG. Outpost, still a bit of time there till the 20-minute mark. W have performed so well in this rubric in the previous, doesn't have the option to do too much. In trouble, forced to use the BKB, and now he at least try and get a kill, but the dissimulate makes it easy for Jinky to get out of here. Gets that arena out. DY trying to TP away. Astro step forward, as well as the Resonant Pulse coming in from Jinkyu to get the kill there on the DY. And Shapeshift committed. Yeah, he'll come around the back. He looks over it. Oh my god. Melt BYW. Now they look over at Yang, who's going to try and Dark Rift out of here. Do they have the damage to go before he's gone? Yes, they do. Sylar, with the help of Faith Beyond, takes out 2.
Radiant are scanning.
Soulbind. Dispatched. W coming on the high ground up against Sylar's
top
the risk.
tower is under attack.
Without any vision. Make sure that they can scout this out to know if it's just Sylar or not.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Has been really performing. Faithion going in again with the help of Shade Q as well as Innocent, and still grabbing themselves another kill.
My path for this reason.
20 to 10, 5,000 now. Continuing to just roll.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's
There, Arena comes in, and the Spear to follow it up on Ori, but they've got the coming through from Eurus, so it's okay for now. Raze is coming, they're just not doing enough damage, and Faithion wants to continue to commit onto this as he's got some help from Sylar. They'll go for Eurus, pick up the telekinesis out onto Faithion, and with the Death Requiem, we'll get the kill there on a Faithion, and now Sylar just needs to leave. Chain Frost, sitting there on to Ori. Vici, they're trying to get something out of this. Good two-man pit. Side of Fist Searing Chains, and now these heroes are going to be cleaned up, but they will lose Ori.
Dire are scanning.
They're going to try for the look over, as say, is not as far as the inside the jungle. Going to balance themselves over the telekinesis. They've got the damage to go into the Mars, and they'll get themselves the kill. Nothing to say drops to Ori. Could use time to get themselves at least one with that smoke.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Trying going on to Yang. See if they can get the kill. They're going to chase him. Faithion's dead, but a Eurus off screen, or I believe off my screen. They get the kill onto the Death Prophet. They get the kill there onto Yang. Both offlaners, but the BKB also gets used by Sylar. So all that to escape. Now they look over though. Ori cleaned up and nothing to say. Back in the gets the kill, and wow, been decent.
Radiant are scanning.
it certainly feels like they're pulling their way back into this game. Got out of Silverhead, finished off on Euros. A little bit of a recovery here for the Underlord. But still sitting 2,000 gold behind where Faith is, and he's having an outstanding use. Sylar as well as Jinkyu. You can't run chase, but they've got the Blink Lever coming through on a Yang. Now let's see, can they get the kill? The Stolen Spirit doesn't actually kill him, but they come Yang as well. DY Jinkyu ends up dropping. The BKB's been popping, nothing to say. And Oria on the run. Exorcism could Faith the end, and without two of these heroes, maybe over to Roche instead. Gonna give it up. $1,000 net worth lead right now for EHOME. Really struggling. Where did you say? Sorry about that. It's good install as well as the Raybet, but they've got the Sinister Gate. They've got the BKB now popped on Sylar. Here comes Soulbind, but they're going to try and Dark Rift away. They don't even want to commit to this. But they get the kill on a PY, they get the kind of innocence of full traders with the Dark Rift at them. So, he gets left behind. Very good. Finished in that second kill.
Dire are scanning. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Followed up just yet. Spear pushes it away. They'll steal the spear once again. There with 8-12. PYW, there's no leader. Everybody close the gap. With the exorcism, pop the BKB. Faithgon trying to go back into this one as she pushes it. Simply as well as the SS forward. His Soulbind. The BKB come out before as well. Here's the spear hits off of the bar. The Yang and triple ends up getting down 6 seconds. They'll pop the Requiem. Ori now with BKB getting low, trying to at least get a kill. He'll find but down to Salute. However, he's been silenced. Sylar's here in the shapeshift. They'll get the kill on an Ori, and it's 2-4 in the favor of EHOME. They don't get the tier 2 tower. But it still, good job.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Feel like enough.
Alms for the dead.
It'll just be held to, but thank you. He threw it in the spear. Yang is just getting blown up in every single one of these fights. And that was getting a jump from pouring into the Zenith, forcing him to pop his BKB. And that is a win for sure here from EHOME. Both sustaining for quite a bit. Fight after fight, especially with how quick they just take their Yang, and to the point where Orb is getting beat in terms of net worth by the Death Prophet. Everybody. And Warrior, of course, has the way out of that one, but they're getting the kill on PYW. The tail helps to get DOI. Now they look over at Yang, make the third with Warrior going down. This is honestly setting up to just be GG as we move forward.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Prayers answered.
Radiant's middle tower is falling.
Sign is not yet realized.
Question.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I'd love to get your into a define right here, but
Radiant's middle
they get the time to do so.
is falling. Radiant's
Bottom. Also cleaned up over me.
Dire's bottom tower.
You have the Astral Step. Not the worst one to steal, especially with the Arcane Supremacy.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Come on. So they're gonna push for mid. He's just up in that sacred relic. Love to find the old Rapier. We'll see if that even ends up being enough. Meanwhile, though, took the pieces and can he go off Sylar? Yeah, he's able to shape shift and now go back towards Sylar. Pretty sure to keep up, however. You need to be careful with a potential blink into an arena, but Mars is actually not sitting terribly close by. $2,000 gold. Jinkyu? See that VG just are hoping to get that second chance. And I think they might, depending on how long this roach is, honestly. Ends up being a minute 35. It scrounged together 1,300 gold in that time. Just turn on the plus 1k a minute gold. Forward, Eurus is on the run. As they get the Arena turn on the Yang, they get the code into DY, they'll themselves a second Spellbinder, and it's not gonna matter. They will get both kills. Quickly, UIW ends up dead. You're thinking about going for the Rec Room. Not really serious about it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top
Gotta give a forward, you know? Or not.